Welcome, friends. Today we're gonna check back in on the old League of Legends. I heard they got big changes for 2025, so let's have a look. So we got a new system called Feats of Strength. The first team to get 2 out of these 3 objectives, First Blood, First Tower, or first to get 3 epic jungle monsters. The team that achieves this gets a stat boost added to their boots, and then also gets an optional 3rd tier of purchasable boots. That's interesting, but does this just create a win more scenario? But the game gets even more dynamic with a new epic jungle monster. Atacon will spawn on either side of the map depending on where the most blood has been drawn. This bad boy comes in 2 flavors, and taking him down gives different rewards based on which version you got. The Voracious form grants a permanent 40 bonus gold on takedowns for the rest of the match, as well as a one-time extra life no penalty death passive, sort of like a Guardian Angel, except you still teleport back to base when it pops, and the player who killed you still gets 100 gold. The Ruinous form grants a permanent 25% increase to epic monster buffs, as well as giving you 6 stacks of this new mechanic, called Bloody Petals. Each stack gives your entire team a little extra experience, and some adaptive bonus damage. And these Bloody Flowers will now spawn on the map in places where players have died, and collecting these will grant you even more stacks. But then slaying the Ruinous Beast spawns an entire grove of them for your team to collect. Those are some incredibly powerful rewards. Sounds toxic. So this game was already extremely volatile enough, and these changes make it even more dynamic and snowbally than it already was. This is going to be a toxic mess. Alright, let's see it for ourselves. I'm gonna run some normal games first to get used to the new rift. No one ever chooses to be a jungler. The jungle life chooses you. So the story on how I became a jungler is that long ago, back when the Pharaoh was still young, I used to play Smash Bros. Brawl competitively, and the boys in my crew had just started playing this new game called League of Legends. And one weekend, while on the way to some tournament, they talked about League the entire 6-hour car trip there and back, trying to sell me on this new game. They were starting a team and wanted me in there. So I downloaded League, and so began my journey to level 30. Naturally, I was originally a mid laner because I'm the star of the show. And out of the lot of free champs that were available, I fell in love with Malzahar. And I just played nothing but Malzahar all the way to level 30, just spamming games for about 2 days. And then I was able to play in the solo ranked and went right for it. Back then, we didn't have ranks like Diamond, Platinum, or Gold. You just had a number. And I remember doing really well playing ranked throughout my first day. I had topped out on that day at something like 1480 elo. And then at the end of that day, my boys were all getting on, and everyone was really impressed with that. There was one other guy in our group that I think that was always better than me, but one of my best friends had already decided he was a mid laner too, so being a good sport, I took top instead. And back then, mages were common in top lane, so I played top lane with my friends, and then played whichever top or mid in solo queue after that. And I expanded my champion pool a little bit, because characters like Ryze and Vlad were a lot better in the top lane. Not too much longer after that, our jungler had quit the team to focus on school or something, and no one really wanted to do it, so I took on the challenge, and just fell in love with it. League is such a team-dependent game, and sometimes you can feel like it doesn't really matter how good or bad you do in your lane, but the jungler can really grab this game by the balls and give it a firm shake. It's like playing 4D chess when you're in the jungle, and there's just nothing else like it. The mid laner thinks he's the main character, but the real battle happens in the woods. Back then, the OP junglers were Rammus and Amumu, so those were my main characters. But they got banned a lot, so I had to play some other champs. And there weren't a whole lot of characters that could really even survive the old jungle camps. And because of that, we pretty much were all playing the same handful of characters, so you had to be ready to play like 5 different champs in the jungle. So when I couldn't play Amumu or Rammus, I'd go Warwick, Fiddlesticks, or Olaf, depending on who was already taken and what the comps were. That was my champion pool for quite a while. Amumu and Rammus got banned a lot less as newer, more broken champs got released. I played this game a lot, all the way up until the end of Season 3. I also played a whole lot of Sejuani when she came out. That was my most played character in Season 2. Hecarim came out not long after, and he was an absolute menace. I didn't really play him all that much until they released the arcade Hecarim skin. I just liked that skin so much that I started playing him just for that. I pretty much played Hecarim all the time in Season 3, and then I quit playing towards the end of it. I just had too much to complain about and couldn't stand the game anymore. Since then, every once in a while I've checked in, maybe play for a stint, and then not touch it again for 9 months to a year. Pretty much all the same issues from back then are still problems today, and in a lot of cases it's just gotten worse actually. And then all the power creep and growing complexity make the game a lot more interesting in some ways, but also it makes it a lot more volatile at the same time. So maybe I'm just an old boy that used to play a lot, and now I'm just jaded and hate everything. But let's see how washed I am. Can I actually still play this game? Alright, let's get it. I'll always watch bot side, even if I want to start top. This is usually the side that people like to invade. I want to start blue this game, because I want to path down towards bot. Looks like our support is AFK. Well, there it is. We're off to a great start. That's the League of Legends experience in a nutshell. At least they let you vote out for a remake right at the start now. Alright, round 2. Looks like our Shaco top wants that level 1 red steel. Well, that just happened. This is gonna be a hard game. Got the full clear. Top lane looks gankable. Gotta go fast. Oh, that was a good dash. I can still get her though. Exhaust! Dang, so close. And Xin wants to play now. I'm gonna trade for this. Maybe I can get away after. And I absolutely can get away. Oh, the flash. So I got a trade and 2 summoners. But that trade on Samira was really important to help Shaco catch back up, since he started late in lane. As a jungler, I'll always buy boots first, pretty much all the time. Swift boots are fine on Heck, but I want the bulk. I'll always get armor boots or mercs depending on what the enemy team comp is. Xin just wants to stay up top for some reason, so I'll get this bot crab for free. The enemy bot lane is low, but they're not out far enough. I'll get Gromp and see if they push up some. Zen is still topside, probably getting the top crab and waiting for voidlings to spawn. I'm gonna start dragon and just be ready to run. Let's pull this guy out. But also, standing in the circle gives me a speed boost. But also Hecarim gains attack damage based on his bonus move speed. So there's 3 reasons to stand here while fighting drag. My bot lane coming over to help. I think I'd rather them not draw attention to it though. Looks like the enemy bot lane is too weak to even contest anyway. And I was probably right on Xin being topside. Voidlings haven't even spawned yet. Maybe I can get over that way in time to stop him. Looks like a fight mid. Did he flash over the wall while in the bush? And Zin's here now, probably pathing down. Well then I'll just take these voidlings if he's going bot side. Looks like our bot lane is doing great. He was stealing my topside jungle while I was getting dragon. Maybe he didn't think I would take it at level 4. They gonna know I'm here. But actually, I don't think Zin can get here in time, and the lanes are busy anyway. Nobody's gonna come. Victor got the kill on Syndra. Bard is coming up with Zin. I'll get 2 and then turn. See if he gets close enough. Let's go. Naturally, that voidling chased me out onto the river, just so Zin could smite it. We gonna get a double play though. I know you want him, but you don't want me. Alright, we out. I need to get 6, and then hit the shop. They're fighting really far up in bot lane. I've gotta get there. And Zin is still level 5. This is so free. I could have done that better, but that's fine. I'm a rich bitch. We need to buy. Mid lane scooping up solo kills now. With no objectives, I'll clear topside right quick and then look for a play. Pretty much always should go for the crab before clearing your jungle camps. I'm taking wraiths first, to top out the level, just in case there's a contest over it. Nobody came, but in cases where you might go out onto the river, that level up can be a huge power spike. And it's usually worth the 5-second delay, because even if the enemy gets to the crab or voidling first, you can still probably get there before they take it, and you'll be stronger. Maybe make them back off, or kill them for staying. And if it's like for voidlings or dragon, you kind of want them to start taking damage, and fight them while they're taking the aggro from the monster. Looks like Shaco's getting solo kills now. All the little victories are starting to amount into a significant lead. This game very easily could have been a loss right from the early game. But we got drag, and a double kill at voidlings, and then a solid counter gank bot, and now we are strong. Oh, Zen showing top, after Samira already died. Man is just always in the wrong place at the wrong time. Let's take this and then look at bot. They're both at full. I don't know. I'll just run in there and give them a scare. I wouldn't overcommit to this unless they were lower. It looks like we're actually getting the double off that. But even just dealing enough damage to force them out of lane would have been worth it, because I would already go back to base after this play anyway. Ganks don't necessarily have to be kills to be successful or meaningful. Just getting in some damage or relieving pressure can be enough to really turn the tempo of a lane. Sometimes, especially in top lane, if my guy is having a hard time, I might run into the lane and threaten the enemy without committing to a fight, just so my top laner can get like one wave and reset the minions. That can be huge, especially in those early levels before 6. You don't want to be just wasting your time, but try to think about what your laner wants or needs when you're in a position or could be in a position to make a play. But you don't want to force plays. Sometimes it's just better to leave a lane alone and go buy or do something else instead. That was a good steal. I was just slow on the draw. And that was slick with the flash. Unfortunately, Smite War really is a 50-50, unless you got a strong burst ability to give you an advantage. Oh, there's a fight breaking out mid. I need to be there. And Syndra came out. Pin her on the wall. That was a good push. I can't get over there. Oh, that's a great laser. With Zen here, we can't really push the tower after that. But with Syndra dead, they can't contest the voidlings. Oh, Samira wants to play. That's an easy fight. Zin knows better though. Now back to those voidlings. I'm gonna take this crab first so I can heal off it. But also, if someone comes, I can fight in the circle with the speed boost. Zin didn't want to fight me, but wanted to get poked down and solo killed by Victor. I'm offended. Bot lane is a little too deep. We don't even have that first tower yet. They are just playing for blood, and died 2 for 1. Plates are better than chasing kills. Towers win games, and shutdowns throw them away. After this, I'm gonna look to steal some jungle. Shaco has lane priority, but I'm also strong enough to 1v1, so I'm also sort of looking for a fight. Alright, there's Samira. I can't dive that though. Maybe mid lane has an opportunity, and there's a pink here. Everyone's mid anyway. No rush to get in there. I'll go around and look for a pick. And there it is. Ah, so close. That was good, but I can't give a shutdown for that. I'm too low to stay, and we need to leave before they regroup. I'll get blue, and then look for a play. Zin just keeps giving it to Victor. Don't want to feed me, but you want to feed him. Now we got Bard out here looking to do something. Are we just gonna dance? Or he was just trying really hard to put one there. That was too desperate. It's party time. We can't really chase Bard though, and his boys are here. This would be an opportunity to get an objective, but everything's down. I'll run bot. Maybe I can finish this tower. Crab spawning. Watch this. He don't know where to go with that wall there. Alright, back to bot lane. Well, there's the surrender. Not too bad for our first actual game. It could have been a really bad game with Shaco inting Zen at level 1, but we made some smart plays, and slowly built up a lead, and not throwing it was the key. This game could have turned over at any point. It's just really important to not give away a big shutdown when you're ahead, and maintain that lead once you get it by always being ready for the next objective, or looking to trade it for something else if you can't contest. Taking advantage of the enemy jungler's position allowed us to just get so much. And he just wasn't playing around me as much as I was playing around him. Alright, so here's what I like for runes. You could also go phase rush. The usual phase rush setup is good too, but I like to build a little bulk on Heck. I like Conqueror because I plan on having survivability in fights. Triumph is really good for that too. You get 5% of your missing health back for scoring a takedown. This is really good because it prevents you from dying to burn effects when you 1v1 somebody. It also allows you to just win some fights that you might otherwise trade, but also in team fights, the heal can trigger multiple times. People aren't usually expecting it, and they might focus you when they shouldn't be. And with this build, you really want to take away as much focus from your carries as you can. Triumph also gives us a nice little gold boost. There's a lot of value in that rune. Assists also count as takedowns. This rune might actually trigger like 20 times in a game. That's pretty good. I'll also take Legend Haste. I feel like all of these are good, but I really want the Haste, because I want to hit that Q as much as possible. And Hecarim's other abilities have really long cooldowns. And I find myself often not using auto attacks as much when you have to chase somebody down, because you just have to keep moving. I might use E for speed boost and then just Q an opponent to death. But when E is on cooldown, sometimes you just can't stop to auto them because they'll get away. There's just a lot of situations where you run around and Q, but don't stop to do very many autos. Now I want Last Stand because I plan on building a bit of bulk, So as my secondaries, I'll take conditioning. At 12 minutes, 8 armor and magic resist, but then a 3% gain to armor and magic resist. That's fairly significant. Let's say that might give us 10 of each. That's a 10% effective health increase. And lastly, Revitalize, a boost to heal and shield strength, but it also gives another 10% boost when below 40% health, which complements Triumph, and Conqueror has a little heal on it too. And Hecarim's W also has a healing effect, but then this will synergize with Eclipse, which is also really good on Hecarim. Of course, you could go all the way down the sorcery tree with Phase Rush, or you could just take Water Walking and the other speed boost rune on your secondaries. But I want the bulk, so this is what I do. Now I feel like the haste rune is really good, especially early. I think you get faster clears with it, because 9 adaptive force is like 5 bonus damage. I think getting in 1 or 2 more Qs is worth more than that, and Hecarim's Q only gets 90% of bonus AD anyway, so that rune is 4 damage on Q. 8 haste is 8% cooldown reduction, and that's really good before you get your first item that has any. Now if you want to go Triforce, that 10% attack speed goes nicely with that. If you're going to actually do more autos, I really like starting Triforce and getting Boots plus Sheen on the first back. It's a huge power spike. 2% move speed will also give like 2 or 3 bonus attack damage because of Hecarim's passive, so you might as well take this one over adaptive damage. But I'm really not opposed to just taking both the adaptive force runes, because together you get 10 bonus AD, which is 9 on Q. That's significant, but I value the utility here. On the last rune, I really like that 10% tenacity and slow resist, but I want the scaling health, because it synergizes with all the shields. Now if I was planning to take Merc Treads in a game, I'd probably switch this rune, especially if the enemy team has like a Teemo or something else really annoying like that. Okay, so on the items, I'm taking the green egg, because I want the shield to synergize with Revitalize and for the extra bulk. I'll pretty much always go armor boots or Merc Treads. On very rare occasion, I might actually take Swift boots. Like if the enemy team is really squishy, if I feel like I need the extra speed, it's a niche take for me, but they're still very good on Heck. If you want to go Phase Rush, you might like to take Swift boots a lot more. So I'll always buy the tier 2 boots before buying anything else if I can. As a jungler, the move speed is invaluable, but also, you'll get like 4 or 5 bonus damage from Hecarim's passive with your boots. Plus the tankiness that these boots offer you is a lot at those early levels. And then after boots, I'll pretty much always build Eclipse. It's important that your first full item, whichever one you go, be a damage item for the power spike. Aside from the synergy, I really like building Eclipse first because there are just so many raw AD pieces in it. It feels good to be able to just buy 3 longswords. Eclipse is great because it's just raw damage and a shield. And 15 ability haste takes us up to 23 with the runes. So that's almost a quarter cooldown reduction, or more if we've gotten a kill, because of the legend haste. I like to take survivability on my second item. They're gonna focus me first because Heka is a dive champ. If you're ahead, you'll have plenty of damage already, and you don't really want to give over your bounty. A little bit goes a long way, because 1 point of armor is 1% more effective health. Zeke's is my go-to, but it depends on the team comps and who's strong and all that other stuff. I really like Jack Show as a second item too. It's just so much more tanky. I really like how cheap Zeke's is though. And you can get the armor and MR pieces like right away. Zeke's gives 300 health, as well as 25 armor and magic resist, which makes you 25% more durable. That's pretty significant. But you also get a little bit of damage out of its passive, and the extra ability haste is really nice. and the slow it adds to your ult is so good for team fights. Usually, I'll get one of those 2 second, but maybe I get Thornmail instead if the enemy is all AD, or a Spirit Visage if they're really heavy on AP. Something else that I do a lot for my second legendary, depending on the situation, is after Eclipse, get a Cloth Armor and a Mantle, and then build the Mantle into Maul, while just holding onto the Cloth Armor for later. Cloth Armors are really cheap, and together with the boots, you'll be fairly tanky while still just straight building damage items. It can be hard to balance the magic resist and the armor that you need in a given match based on who's strong, and this is an easy way to do it while still hitting those power spikes. I pretty much always get Cleaver as a third item. At the point in the game that you'd be on your third item, armor reduction is super valuable, but the item is just super good on Hecarim. You get lots of ability haste, and dealing damage gives a move speed bonus. And 400 health is really nice on a damage item. Cleaver is just everything we want all together on the same item. Now after Cleaver, I usually get Sterix. You get health, damage, and a shield, which synergizes with everything else. Now I might get Maw instead if I need some more MR, or maybe this becomes Death's Dance if I think I need more armor. And the last item very much depends on how the game is going. If I got Zeke's as my second item, I'll probably get the Jack Show here. But if I didn't get Zeke's as a second item, then I'm probably not going to get it late game. One of its strengths is in its low price, so I might get Spear last, or maybe just get another tank item instead. It all just depends on the situation, if I need more damage, or if I need to be tankier. It's good to have a general build plan, but builds aren't static. You have to adapt what you buy for each game, and even be ready to swap out runes in Champ Select depending on the situation. That flexibility and those subtle changes could be the difference between just barely winning something or not. But to be honest, builds don't really make as big of a difference as you might think. So long as you're building items that at least make sense for your character in one way or another, then you're good. The exact optimal build for your character would be different for each match also, depending on the team comps and what you need in a given moment as the game progresses, based on who's strong and how far ahead or behind who is. It's good to have an overall build plan, but you don't want to just build the exact same items every single game. Those situational purchase decisions can give you a situational advantage. Of course, you always want to be as optimal as possible, but in a lot of cases, optimal items might only make a negligible difference in a game. I'll advocate that you buy items according to your playstyle and game knowledge. Like, are you choosing these items and runes because someone else did? Or do you actually have a reason that you understand as to why you pick this one or that one? Now, there's usually very good reasons as to why the meta picks are so popular, but do you know why those are? And certain items might go better with certain runes. So like with Hecarim, Phase Rush and Conqueror are both good. If you go Phase Rush, then you probably rather have Swift Boots. But if you go Conqueror, then getting Armor Boots is probably better. Like, all of these things are good, but you just need to play into a style that you'll actually execute properly. I'm not much of an assassin player. I just really don't think like that, so I wouldn't build Hecarim that way, even though he can be very good with all damage and lethality. So just play into your strengths, and build according to your own style. Alright, back to action.
Recruit a team of teenagers with attitudes.
It's morphin' time. Oh man, this guy's tough. We need Megazord power, now! Alright, let's finish this.
I just can't believe it! You
We're getting gangbanged at the park. Alright, on my way. Yeah! 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 Ha! Yeah! 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 Let's sweep around here and maybe take Dragon. Oh hi, Shaco. You're looking a little low, baby girl. Where you going? I just got here. Okay, Zen, it's your turn. Here comes the train. Open wide. Pushy. Can't stop, won't stop. Don't worry, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go down the mountain and get 6, and then I'll be right back. We have to be very, very quiet. First down, on 20-yard line. Blue 42. Go, go, go. Run it down. Get him on the side. Double team that hoe. Told you I'd be right back. Bruh, I can't believe this. Just walking off the field. Alright, we back in the game. Let's get it. Let's go. Oh my god. It's over. It's all for nothing. Holy Jesus Ezekiel Christ. I can't stand this anymore. Here we are, winning the game, and you just throwing it away. Now I have to quit jungling and play mid against this 200 years Weeaboo Jones.
I have a katana collection. I've been learning Japanese on Rosetta Stone for like 5 weeks now. I've had so much sex with my body pillow that it stands on its own now. My wife is coming to life.
Oh, thank God. I'm so tired of double lifting every single match. That's why so many bodybuilders play this game. Because all these kids are just so damn heavy. I'm so tired of double lifting every single match. That's my flower. Don't touch it, you freak. Do something. What you gonna do? Nothing. That's what I thought. You can't handle this. I'll be right back for you. I just need to call your mom real quick. Oh my god. Are you good, bro? Are you doing okay? Do I need to call your mom too? Alright, Weeaboo Jones. I told you I'd be back for you. Don't test me. I'll clap you back on the same side you were born. Bro is fighting the fight of his life to get back in this game. I have to do my best. For Darius. He believes in us. He believes in the dream. Alright, Inuyasha. It's time to show you my true strength. Ha! 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 Hacha! It's time for my ultimate attack. Rainbow Bakudo. The power of my Zanpakuto makes you cower in fear. Ha! Ha! Hacha! Ha! You're only delaying the inevitable. Final strike. Oh hi, Mark.
Victory!
Alright, one more. I'm coming in hot. Everybody's dying. But I'm gonna double lift this game. I'm double buffed and double cheeked up. What a swell guy, that Maokai. He puts out and he gives free rides. Okay, now we got another Sword Chan mid. They always go mid. Bro thinks he's the main character.
Yes, I'm a weeaboo, a filthy weeaboo.
No, I'm the star of this show. And then we gotta smash top lane for the parlay. What is this garish White Knight Reddit anime mod skin?
Yes, I'm a weeaboo.
We gonna spit roast this hoe. Friendship is magic. Bruh, why didn't you use your anime move? Y'all are a bunch of feeders. Good thing I'm a power lifter. Dude was worth almost 500 gold. There's just no excuse for this behavior. Alright, I'm gonna give you another chance. You gonna use the move this time. You gonna like the way you look. I guarantee it. There's hope for you after all. Choo choo. Here comes a train. Chugga 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 choo choo. It's time for lots and lots of trains. Big trains, little trains, fast trains, slow trains, quick trains, thick trains, long trains, wide trains, legendary trains, heavy trains, jungle trains, ribbed trains, godlike trains, double trains, trains on your mom, trains on your girlfriend, trains on your gay lesbian dad, trains so big and so wide that you'll just burst with victory. But wait, there's more. Because when you order lots and lots of trains, you'll also get lots and lots of planes. High-speed jet flying action that just keeps on going, and going, and going, and going, and going. It's a can't stop, won't stop extravaganza.
You can order now and receive a free bonus CD of Jet Plane songs. You must be 18 years or older to call 800-829-8866. Parents call 800-829-8866. Satisfaction guaranteed. That's 800-829-8866 for lots of jets and planes.
I know I said one more, but one more. Okay, one more. Alright, look, I just wanted to play one more. Okay, one more. Alright, this is the last game. I think it's good to end on a win. Oh, okay, but one more. I'm an old boy, but I think we still got it. I'd say we're looking pretty good here. I think we're ready for ranked. Stay tuned for Super Hecarim's adventures in Bronze Hell.